But why we require the automatic test pattern generation? Because for difficult faults we have to apply different number of patterns. So what is the first point here? Why ATPG is required? That is nothing but automatic test pattern generation. We cannot manually generate a test pattern. We have to generate it automatically because there are a number of combinations are available with the test vectors. So for difficult fault it is required. For difficult faults, number of test vectors are required. Secondly, given a fault and we have to generate a random pattern to detect that fault. Means what? A fault is given to you. Means a fault is given to you, that is called as given a fault. What we need to do, we have to generate random patterns to detect it or to find it out where the fault has occurred. Okay, now this is a cumbersome technique to find out by testing each of the test vector, find out each fault. Till the time you will get all the faults detected, you have to apply the test vector, check the faults, apply the test vector, check the faults. It might be possible that some of the faults are missing or they will not be found out within the stipulated time period and you will waste your time. So one of the interesting method is also there to find out the faults, that is nothing but the thermal imaging. Now what happens in thermal imaging, after applying a particular test vector to the circuit, when the circuit is active, then a thermal image is taken. After taking thermal image, what we can see, there is a change in color of the circuit. Means wherever there is a excessive heat generation, it will be showing as the dark orange or the reddish part is there. So we will be determining that in this region the fault has occurred and the excessive heat generation is there, whereas yellow regions are showing the moderate heat and the blue regions are showing the cold regions. So regions obtained in thermal imaging is regions particularly are red, yellow and blue. So depending upon these regions you can easily find out where the excessive heat generation is going on. Since definitely excessive heat generation is the point at which the larger current is flowing through. For example, suppose let us consider a point. So I am assuming here example for let A pin is connected to plus VCC. Okay, but if due to some fault occurrence A is stuck at 0, then A is 1. See, A is 1 because A is connected to VCC, but due to some connections or due to the fault, A is stuck at 0. So it's just stuck at 0 fault. So what will happen? Large amount of current will flow or large amount of current will sink at A point. So therefore it indicates that therefore current will sink at A. Large current will sink at A because A is shorted to ground and which is connected to VCC. Therefore significantly higher temperature will be shown by the thermal imaging. Okay, due to the high short circuit current at point A. Okay, so this is how you can use the thermal imaging technique to determine the faults also. But the important point is, but the disadvantage you can call it as the very first disadvantage is it takes plenty of time. Plenty of time is required. Why? Because each time you will subject to a test vector, you will take a thermal image. Use of image processing is required for each image. Use of image processing, after which you will be after which you are going to know the where are the excessive heat generation spots in the circuit or the cold spots in the circuit. It is also called as hot spots where the heats are considered. So red imaging I can call it as hot spots. Okay, so use of image processing requires plenty of time. You have to input a test vector, take an image, process it. After processing you will come to know, and along with these all two methods, use of image processing, and it requires plenty of time. The equipments are very costly. The thermal equipments, thermal imaging equipments and the image processes are very costly. So the last point is in the disadvantages, equipments are costly. So this is how you can generate the automatic test pattern. Okay, random pattern generation is required to detect the digital circuits, fault detection of the digital circuits. What we need here is the algorithm is to be find out, which will write down the code through which the test patterns are generated automatically, and they will test the circuit for you, and the time will be saved. So how the algorithm works actually, so let us take a view for that.